I'm just saying, don't remove my post because people agree with me.
Okay, who
I'm not.
agrees with
I
you?
don't. The 7 people.
Yeah, it's shit posting, dude.
I'm not flaming it. I'm making a criticism complaint, but you
Bro,
guys
I
wouldn't
mean,
listen to any
first
of
of
it.
all, okay. Now I'm gonna accept the rest of your stuff, but I don't think you have a say in who's inactive, like saying calling out Darvox and Danny when you've been
I'm saying
inactive. I haven't been on the server for the past 2 weeks.
a
I don't
week
think
and
you
a
have any
half.
right
Are
to
you
call them
okay?
out.
A week and a half.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, call
Really?
an
A
actual
week and a half?
guard.
Okay, 10
I'm just
days.
saying, Dybrox
That's a
was
pretty long
inactive
time.
for a month and a half. Danny, I still love Danny, don't get me wrong, but he's not that
Same.
active.
Brooks has
Oh.
been
What do
on
you mean
for
he's not that
every
active?
singular day.
Darvox has been...
Okay, recently, after he got staff, it's like you guys
What
pick
do you
and
mean
choose
staff?
what you
He's
just
not
wanted.
even staff.
He's not even a staff
You're
member.
Whatever the
fucking
hell he wants.
delusional, man.
See, now you're just gonna like flame me and not let me explain, but except
No,
for,
he's not
the
staff.
previous month and a half that he didn't like ever get on. Who else did I put on there? Ramsey, you were inactive as hell when you first got Sergeant First
Because
Class.
I was in fucking Scotland on a holiday for 7 days.
You
like I
still
posted
were not
about.
that active.
Because
The
I'm in a
point is-
different country.
But he's
point
currently
is-
the second most active player on the server, behind
Congratulations, that's for like 4 days. I'm
What
just
are you
saying,
talking about?
the fact that you guys aren't gonna, you're just gonna pick and choose what I said and you're not gonna actually acknowledge the problems, it shows where this is, because I don't have any hopes for coming back. I'm done with the server. I want to see it do well, but you guys don't, you don't listen to anybody except for your friends. Every time I brought criticism to Snowy or Shazzy or Mendel, they would just throw it right to the side, wouldn't care, and it's still like that. You guys are still picking and choosing literally everything. You only listen to the people you want to hear, and you wonder why people are leaving. You wonder why people don't think World War III is doing that well, and people say it's dying. That's why. You guys, you don't, I'm not saying you intentionally mean to do it, and I'm not saying you guys are assholes for it, but you abide by so much favoritism and bias, it's not even funny. And like I said, you may not realize what you're doing and that you're doing it, but you do it. And that's the final case. If you pull everybody in here, 90% of them would agree with me, and the people that wouldn't agree, some of them just wouldn't want to say anything because they're scared of being demoted or not going anywhere, just like I was, because I never said anything because I was afraid that I could be held back. Just like the feud that Shazzy and I had, I don't say I was in the right. We were both wrong, but I was the one who was being punished for it. Shazzy just kind of got, oh, don't do that, and then that's it. It happens so much. Now, if you guys aren't going to acknowledge that, that's good for you. Then keep doing what you're doing with the server. But if you do, that'd be great for the
User
new
left
people
your
that
channel.
come. That's all I have to say.
I mean, when I was, still a sergeant, Mendel used to talk to me about stuff, right? And the only thing that he said he complained about was the fact that you never got accepted into Special Forces.
I stopped caring. No, that's not true at all. I brought an issue about Ramsey, like talking shit to me literally every single chance that he got, because it was getting annoying with the toxicity. I don't know if he was playing, but I don't play around like that with people that aren't my friend. But I brought that to them and never heard anything back because I just don't think Snowy and Mendel care. I don't blame them, like, why should they care? But still, it's another instance of them ignoring me blatantly when I bring an issue to them. Another one was about the inactivity of other people when it was an issue for those certain people. Dybrox, for example, I have no problem with Dybrox, of course. He was just inactive at the time. He was inactive for a month and a half, and then nothing ever happened to him, Special Forces wise, or rank. But he's here now, so I guess you can't really...
When was he inactive for a month
Before
and a
you
half?
came. Before you came.
I mean,
Oh, can
that's more to
anybody-
do with the fact that Alon, at the time,
I
was
don't-
working on a post by Roosebud saying that Generations was coming out and Special Forces were told by their lead at the time that they did not need to be active on the server.
Dybrox just wasn't active
None
since
of them
I
were
joined
active.
either on Pripyat. I know, and that's why I said I take that point back, because he's active now. I'm not
User
saying
joined
demote
your
him now,
channel.
but we have never enforced it to where if you
Yeah,
haven't
but
been
at
on
the
the
same
server
time
for a
now,
week
I
and a
mean,
half...
SF recently just got a wipe, like
User
literally
joined
2
your
days
channel.
ago, and 3 people were removed for being inactive.
Well, I know, I don't care about SF. I wasn't really using that
I
as a
know,
point.
but like
I
things
just
are
like...
being done about it slowly, but you know.
But no, I did complain to Mendel and Snowy about not getting SF, but I stopped caring after the like
User
7th
joined
or
your
6th
channel.
time I got denied or something. But that's why I didn't bump my application this
What?
time.
How many? Wait, what
I got
did you apply for?
denied SF and JSOC. I got denied because of a thing that Shazzy and I got into.
7 times.
Yeah. And I'm still not like, I'm not holding it against Shazzy, but that's the reason. Because Shazzy and I had a disagreement on a bunch of things, and I was seen as the asshole in the mix. The really big asshole, I guess.
It happens. People just
It
do
happens.
things
I'm
OC.
just saying, favoritism and OC bias is everywhere, but,
Exactly.
and I'm not saying, like, everyone does it. Everyone does it. Everyone's gonna look at their friend and kind of be on their side more than the person that they don't know or they don't like. That's just how it is, but I'm just saying, Snowy and Chazzy and Rang, I would like for you guys to actually fix it instead of just ignoring the problem and acting
Wait, what
like
can
there's nothing
Shazzy
wrong.
do?
He's a CSM, a higher rank. He can work well with Snowy.
I mean, Shazzy
He
is
has
the most biased
influence.
motherfucker I've ever met, so you're not good. No, I'm kidding. You're not biased, Shazzy. But really,
No,
if you
he
okay,
is.
my
Everyone's-
view on this is if you've been denied 7 times,
Well, no,
maybe it's
and
not a problem
JSOC
of
isn't-
bias. Maybe it's not a problem of bias. Maybe they just don't think you'd be good for NJSOC.
That's not the issue that I'm bringing up
No.
anymore.
You're deflecting the blame onto. You're deflecting the blame onto somebody else
Well,
for your
no.
denial.
You want to hear the funny part? I was literally told that's the reason I was being denied, so...
Do you have any proof of
Now
that?
to event
Yep,
that.
I actually do.
Can I see
Second
it?
Chazzy, be ready.
Yeah, let me just get the paste bin. 1 second. See if it's still in my conversations. Second, I need to get it in a paste bin.
Good job, Shazzy.
There you go. Read that entire thing if you'd like. I never made it public because I didn't want to bring it in like as like some kind of fucking mob mentality.
I mean,
I just
as
brought it
far
to
as that
Ruse.
goes, now that you've like resigned fully, with this batch of candidates for JSOC, you were actually on a list to replace one of them, but you know.
Oh, I know. Snowy pretty much told me that I was gonna get it, but I told him I didn't want it. Save it for someone else, a new person who probably gonna be happier with getting it. I lost my enthusiasm and care for it after the 6th time getting denied.
Can you define what you mean by new person for me, please?
A newer player that's been putting in work. I don't know. I'm not saying if they have a
like you,
no.
you were
I'm not saying
that...
if they have a shitty application, accept them over the old guy just because
Fuck
you're new.
SF, right? I don't care about the special forces right now. You brought up
Okay.
this in NCO meeting as well. You said that we should give like higher positions to newer people, right?
I'm saying you should give new people the chance instead of just bumping people like old people up, letting them zoom across everybody and making the position filled and inachievable at
Yeah,
the
but-
time.
You know, high positions usually, you know, require a level of trust by the faction leaders, right? Now, I'm not saying that new people cannot achieve that, but if they just join the server and if they're new, there's no way if we can, me or Snowy, can know if they're like, you know, actually capable of doing what that rank is supposed to be doing.
I don't mean
So, you know,
people
if
who
the guy's
just
new
come
to
out
the
of the
server, we're not just gonna look at him and be like, oh, this specialist is actually pretty good at roleplay. Let's give him Sergeant Major, for example.
that would still be conflicting what I said.
Yeah, but
Because I said people don't jump ranks like that. Like that's dumb. I don't care
Yeah, but
who
how
it
can
is.
we
Or...
give new players high ranks if they just started playing?
You see, you're taking new player in a whole different aspect. By new player, I mean one that wasn't here months and months ago, or with an old World War III, to where they're friends with, like, Snowy or Shazzy, for example. I'm saying people, like, I'm not saying I should be promoted, but
User
I'm
joined
gonna
your
use
channel.
myself as an example, because I'm still pretty new to World War III compared to Rang, Shazzy, Snowy, Calamari, Spitfire. I'm new compared to you guys.
I mean, considering you got to Sergeant First Class as quick as you did,
No,
which
I'm
is nearly
saying, like,
twice as quick as most other players.
I'm saying I did well, like promotions wise, and I don't think I should have jumped any ranks or be given high positions, especially because I got inactive during the end. I was just using like my time here as an example.
Yeah, but I mean, they do
I'm-
get promoted eventually. It's just there has to be a certain, you
I
know,
just-
from an OOC point of view,
I
there
don't
has to
like
be
the
a
whole
certain point
idea.
where you kill that off.
I don't like the whole idea of just people jumping 4 ranks. I just don't. That's just my opinion. Not a good idea in my opinion because it pisses people off. It
Well,
pisses
I mean,
a lot of
okay, look at
people
it this way.
off.
Would you rather we moved up someone one rank below who may not be fitting at all, fucks over the faction, causes OOC arguments and makes it worse, than putting someone competent who's been in that rank for nearly 3 years prior?
I'd say
and
give
do
them
the
a
job.
chance. If they do bad, then
They
replace
probably
them.
end up demoted and quitting the server, yeah. So we kill off new players, instead
Also,
of keeping them where they're happy.
That's not true at all.
I
If I
mean,
was, if I
well
was
no,
given
hang
a
on,
chance
Devil.
and I
There's also
screwed
on the
up,
forum, like, a whole section for you to outline who you want promoted and why. Like, someone made a promotion request the other day and got accepted.
I wouldn't know because I haven't played on the server, and I'm gonna say that honestly. But
I mean, you've read the forum, though. It's in there. Like, there's also a complaint section where you can bring this up.
it's
IC
gonna
or
get,
OOC.
it's gonna get
Do it in a
ignored,
forum
like, all my-
conversation.
they
Bring
just-
Roosebud into it. Roosebud won't ignore it.
Yes, you will.
Simply,
He
it
ignored-
doesn't get ignored.
Rosebud ignored 2 of my
Like,
complaints
You,
actually.
no, hold on. You're
Because
going on with the
Rosebud's a busy
attitude
man.
that it's going to be ignored because you think it's ignored. You don't see what goes on behind closed doors and what's talked about in private channels. Snowy and Ranger have had literally a 30-minute talk about the points he brought up, but then you just quit. So, I mean, now you make a whole point look irrelevant because you're just going to quit if you don't get your way. And that's
Well,
what it
no,
looks
I don't-
like. Well, that's
I-
exactly what it looks like. You've quit now, saying, sorry,
It
didn't
may
get
look
my
like
way, I'm
that.
gone.
I was already on the verge of resigning because I'm gonna be gone in a month or 2. I could care less. I just want to relax before I go get screamed at by sweaty bald men for the rest of my life. But
So why make
Pretty
that?
much-
Why make this whole scene? You're just going against what you
Because
got.
I
like,
want-
why do that? That is literally just, like, pointless.
you guys
Also,
aren't listening
I
to what I
mean-
said. I said I wanted the server to do better, and with these
So
problems,
you flame everyone you think is doing this as opposed to bringing it up
Who did I flame?
constructively.
who did I flame?
Everyone you tagged in that post, I'll tell you
How
as a
did I- how did
moderator
I
of the
flame them?
forum, the post has been reported by 3 people for flaming.
How did I
because
flame
of
them?
The
Explain, like-
attitude in it, dude. The way you've
No,
worded it,
explain
it comes
word
across.
for word, like what I flamed them with.
It's
other than
flame
bringing
baiting.
up valid
It's-
points.
yeah.
It's not exactly flaming, but it's flame
I brought up
baiting.
criticism and why.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
criticism
but
I just
the way-
don't think the
no, hold on.
roster is the
Isn't-
place
Hold on,
for
hold
it.
on.
Yeah,
The
it's
way
not-
you
it's
brought
not
it up,
nice.
dude, and where you brought it up
the
is
words, like, they're
extremely
not
the
exactly,
wrong way to
you know.
do it. And the words are not, the words of someone who wants to have a constructive conversation. It comes across more as "fuck you, go kill yourself."
I didn't want to have a big old criticism thing
But why
because
post anything at all then? You made your point in the NCO meeting. Why not just leave it at that?
nothing's gonna be done. I mean,
But
I've
you
already
keep saying that and you don't know.
I've already come into fruition with it. Nothing's going to be done. If it
Alright,
does,
then,
then good for the
okay.
server. It'll do well. But
Well, then stop posting and leave it.
I was just responding to that one guy who thinks I have like a personal problem with Dibrox. But oh well. I guess my points are invalid as always in your guys' eyes. Nice talking to you then.
Then
Your
Uh,
you'd-
points
I hope-
were never ignored, though.
No,
Like, why
I
do you
hope
keep
you
going
guys.
on
No, because
about-
they're going to be ignored. Trust me, you guys aren't going to care in a couple of days. But
How did we not care about them?
you're not going to care. Trust me.
Everybody just said we had.
Daryl,
talked
you
about it.
cannot foresee the future and tell us that nothing will be done.
I mean, if you look at the NCO roster, some high ranks have been deranked for inactivity now. Like,
There's a
since
master
the meeting.
sergeant that was put down a few days ago for the exact reason. Because we
Yeah,
took
and
what
now a
people were
sergeant
saying.
major has been demoted as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's happening. Like,
Chrome
I don't
has-
get what...
Chrome hasn't played in like 2
Chrome's
months.
been demoted.
I know he
Well, he
hasn't played.
has. He was on
I
like
thought
3
you were
days
talking
ago.
about him for one day. That doesn't really.
Yeah, but you gotta take into account he has stuff going on in real life. Like,
We all have
Real
stuff
life
going
has
on
to
in
go-
real life.
exactly.
I'm never saying put the game over real life, but
But you are.
Jesus,
Chrome has
dude.
real life problems and he can't play, so you're saying he should be demoted because he's got real life problems?
Yeah,
Like-
because if you can't get on the server, you can't get on the server. Save the spot for who's somebody who actually plays.
But
If
you
he
are
comes back
putting
and
real
he's-
life.
That's
you are
actually-
putting the game ahead of real life.
Guys, it's
Oh
actually,
my God.
Dude,
guys,
do you not
guys.
get it? You conflict yourself. when
See,
someone
you're not gonna
guys,
let me
guys,
explain. You're just
guys.
gonna cut me off and tell me what I'm
Hey,
saying
guys,
and what I'm
it's-
thinking.
Hey Devil, wait. Hey guys, it's actually fucking funny. I got demoted because I've got a life. Lamau, so fucking funny. You know, you're like, it's
I know it's hilarious.
it's funny how
not
you
letting somebody
contradict
explain their
yourself so
point.
much.
It's
incredible.
funny not letting someone explain their
Well, I
like.
mean, you
it's funny,
Razor
like,
will
really,
talk to you. We asked you to
no
post
one-
to an NCO activity check in the command center, and you didn't. That's the only reason you got demoted.
No one asked me.
You tagged in.
There's a
dude.
thread.
No,
There's
I-
a whole
I'm
thread
not
on the
tagged.
forum.
No,
No,
really,
You
I'm
are
not.
tagged, dude. I've checked.
Well, I didn't get a.
I
alert,
looked.
So, well.
Yeah, I didn't get the alert either. Like
But
I,
I'm just
I
saying,
look at the
guys-
Well,
website
that's...
every day.
How did everybody... Okay, if nobody got the tags.
I look on the website. I don't know. I didn't get the alert. I look every fucking day for every fucking
So how
alert,
come
and I didn't get
everybody
it.
else replied?
Like
then?
every other NCO replied to it though.
Then I don't fucking know as the fucking website. Not like I fucking know. Like really. I check every day for everything. And I didn't get the alert, so I don't know. As the fucking internet.
Why don't you just watch the command center thing so then you get
Why
an
would I
alert
watch it
whenever?
24/7?
They're not.
Because
gonna
Because-
you're an
because-
NCO.
Are you retarded?
They're just gonna come with every counter argument to tell you that
Yeah.
you're wrong because
Yeah,
there's
every
nothing.
time. Every
There's
time.
nothing ever wrong.
They don't want to be wrong.
It shouldn't be an argument. It should be you guys. Oh, we understand your points actually, and maybe we'll think about them.
Mate, you're the
We
one that
understand-
made this
we
an
understand,
argument. You're the
but
one that
still,
made
they
this an
were-
argument,
they were
mate.
Yeah.
You're the one that made this
Like
an
this
argument.
whole argument
Ramsey,
is
I don't
because
even
of
want to
you,
hear
Devil.
anything from you. All right.
Alright, well you might not want to hear anything, mate, but I'm telling you how it is, yeah. The thing is, yeah, you're like, oh, I don't really like me, but then you just started one by posting on the NCO roster like a mug. So what do you want? Because you keep saying that this thing's gonna happen. Oh, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
It's not
you
going
don't
to.
know. Yeah, but you
I
keep
do.
saying that.
Yeah,
mate,
but you're
I
not
don't
telling
know,
us
do ya?
exactly what you want to happen. You're going, it's not
Just
going to
stop
happen. What
crying
the
about it
fuck's
and
not going to
fucking do
happen?
something.
Yeah,
Maybe
what do
seriously.
you want?
Maybe if
What do you
maybe
You're
if
not
you-
actually giving any